over the weekend, Dr. Jordan Peterson, an icon to many, a kind of revolutionary, almost prophetic figure to many men on the right, sat down with a group of 20 atheists for one of those Jubilee videos, you know, the Surrounded series where it's one guy versus a bunch of other people. And the clips that came out of this interview were very disappointing to a lot of the people who looked up to Peterson. He was represented as a Christian versus 20 atheists. After this interview, or I keep calling it an interview, after this debate, after this video went up, they changed the video title, so it's no longer Christian versus atheists, it's now Jordan Peterson versus atheists. Because in the standout moment of the entire thing, Jordan Peterson declined to identify himself as a Christian. If you can roll that clip really quick, we'll see what he had to say.
Why is that relevant?
Because you go to a Catholic church, don't you? Or you've attended recently. You're interested in Catholicism, aren't you?
Sure.
All right. Are you familiar with their doctrines?
Somewhat.
Okay, you're
Their
familiar.
doctrines are very
how do they
deep.
regard Mary?
Why are you asking me that?
Because you're a Christian.
You say that. I haven't claimed that.
Oh, what is this? Is this Christians versus atheists?
I don't know.
You don't know where you are right now.
Don't be a smartass.
Well,
and I mean
either you're a Christian or you're not.
I won't talk to you if you're a smartass.
Oh, either you're a Christian or you're not. Which one is it?
I could be either of them, but I don't have to tell you.
You don't have to tell me. I was under the impression
private.
I was invited to talk to a Christian. Am I not talking to a Christian?
No, you were invited to.
I think everyone should look at the title of the YouTube channel. You're probably in the wrong YouTube video.
You're really quite something, you are.
Aren't I? But you're really quite nothing, right? You're not a Christian.
Okay, I'm done with him.
Absolutely brutal.
Wow.
And far be it from me to ever give, you know, credit or victory to the atheist camp, because that kid is as smarmy as Reddit atheists come. Like, this is not some towering intellectual titan. But
sad, he's talented
yeah.
and smart. I mean, I wonder what went wrong in his life to make him feel that way. Because I think anybody who's like is in that camp had something bad happen to them or has some like pessimistic view of things. But yeah, that's weird. He's kind of fence sitting there. Like, yeah, kind of be all in or not in at all if you're going to that arena.
You know what? I give the kid props. I think he did a tremendous job. I hope he comes around to Jesus Christ. Most of these kids that question things and have their atheist phase, and then they come back to Christ, they really mean it when they come back. Some Christians, it's just inertia, and they're very valuable parts of the church. Mm-hmm. So I wish this kid the best. And he exposed something that I've been talking about this for years, and like a year ago when I brought this up, everyone was like, "Oh no, Humberto, you're crazy." But the thing is, Humberto never forgets.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I don't forgive. I don't forget.
Okay.
This guy was a liberal, all right, Canadian professor. All right, liberal Canadian professor. If I told you liberal Canadian professor, what do you think? What comes to mind? Bad news. Like, you're a liberal Canadian professor, and he's never come out as a Christian, but he's done like an unbelievable, and this hurts my heart, you know, because his first book, 12 Rules for Life, was a pivotal book in my life. I read that book. I was like, wow, this guy is onto something. I heard, you know, whatever he had to say. And the level of grifting, sorry, I have to say, the level of grifting towards Christians as he's been doing over the years without being able to admit that he's a Christian in front of kids, and the way he reacted, I don't know if he's okay.
Dude, here's the thing. So I love Jordan Peterson.
Still?
Yeah, I still love Jordan Peterson.
What is your value of him lately?
He's helped so many people, dude. He's helped so many people dig their way out of like deep like.
That's the past. Like Jordan Peterson, the last year and a half.
I know, but we should have some like he has fought so many wars on behalf of men, and if you don't think that will eventually wear you down and do something to cripple the mind, but he had everybody against him, all of Canada. He was the only one who was standing against compelled speech when they were trying to mandate that people had to use preferred pronouns in Canadian universities. So to your point, I get Canadian professor, it fits the stereotype, but he literally fought against every single one of those negative Canadian professor stereotypes. He's helped so many people. He has been very open about how he's struggled with mental health, even going on things like SSRIs, etc.
That was when he was.
He's waging war with the fucking woke mind virus. Sorry for swearing, by the way. I'm fired up.
It's just struggling.
Waging war on the woke mind virus for so long, it's gonna wear you down. It's gonna weaken you a little bit. And even like a year ago, I started like noticing he was like crying a lot more on podcasts and stuff and becoming more emotional. I think he's done what he's need to do. He can just take a beat now and step back and not ruin the legacy that he's created. He's done so much good for people. I will not take that away from him. And sometimes people who are so intellectual, right, which he is, you can't deny.
You're very wrong.
He's very intellectual.
Well, he doesn't have a proper enemy anymore. I mean, like his stuff that he came out for and is known for is like evergreen. It'll always be there and always be important. But he
was never a friend.
What do you mean he was never a
You
friend?
mean
Yeah,
to
he was.
Christianity specifically?
No. He was never a friend of the right.
Who was speaking about that stuff when he was doing it? Who was speaking about? Who else was doing it?
He's sitting right now. What's his name?
Not talking about right now.
Goofball, the Jim. He has this channel, New Discourses. What's his name?
Oh, James Lindsay.
He's sitting now with James
But
Lindsay.
I used to love James Lindsay, and I used to love Jordan Peterson. But the drop off in those two guys,
they're showing the true
They're
colors.
showing their true colors, and I think on the Christianity point in particular, it's very significant because James Lindsay is a diehard atheist, but has been invited to speak at Turning Point pastors' conventions.
Wow.
Because he allied himself with the right, allegedly. But then as soon as he no longer had leftist enemies to knock down, now he's the biggest proponent of, we got to crack down on the woke right, and the right is engaging in identity politics. And he's burning through all the credibility he built. Jordan Peterson in the same way. He came out and said he was moving towards faith in God. That was great. I will rejoice and celebrate when a lost soul is won for Christ. That's the greatest thing we can celebrate. But he holds himself out now as some kind of spiritual expert. He does these series with Daily Wire where he's going through Genesis, he's going through Exodus, he's going through all the books of the Bible. But what he's doing is he's analyzing scripture like it's literature and for the purpose of psychoanalysis. He's not doing it in a way that takes it literally. He has never shown that he takes scripture and things of faith literally.
Isn't he interpreting it though?
Theoretical exploration, like he's focused on the theology aspect and the psychological lessons that can be taken from the theology. But that's what I was saying. Sometimes people who are so smart, they have trouble getting out of their head and getting into their heart. And a relationship with God and Jesus is in your heart. And for him, I think that he's just so brilliant. He's so focused on the intellectual side of things that he can't get from his head to his heart. I remember talking about these lecture series a year ago and people warning me and saying like, hey, probably don't take that for like a massive grain of salt for spiritual development, maybe like personal development, psychological development. So it's just knowing the function that things serve. And that's not a function to actually get you closer to God. It's more of a psychoanalysis.
Brandon, we'll go to you for final thoughts here.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the guy's an overall positive force. I think that sometimes, like, when your actual enemy gets defeated, then you kind of have a hard time. That's why he's grifting. He's trying to, like, find the next thing to be passionate about. Because, I mean, right, like, yeah, you can tell he's not passionate about the Christianity situation. He was passionate about free speech, and now that, like, that demon or dragon's been conquered. I don't know so much in Canada, but I'll always be appreciative of like the things that he said and things he fought for at first because I mean that needed to be done and nobody else was really doing it.
He didn't fight for anyone. You
What
guys
do you
are
mean?
you guys
He
are
got fired.
insane.
He got fired.
He literally can't be a professor
He got
anymore.
fired.
It was his whole career.
Hold
He had his
on.
whole life.
Wait,
He fought for himself. It was the most selfish fight in the planet. They were coming after him in particular. He wasn't like a martyr for the right. What are we talking about?
No one said
Why did he get fired
They
then?
were coming after his ass in particular. He was always on the left. He's still on the left. And now that the right is a popular thing, he's just trying to see how he fits in on the right.
No, it's probably
I
and
agree
the
with
fact
that
that the
part,
left
Brandon,
values change like we were talking
mark
about
my
this whole
words.
time.
Mark my words. He is gonna in the next few years. He's gonna do like damage to the right. And James Lindsay, they're gonna do damage to the right like we've never seen before.
Okay, he needs to take a step back, and we should all pray for him. Honestly,
Yes.
like pray for Jordan Peterson. That's my final thought.
So if you like this clip, click right here. And if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.